He says yes. I just got back home from the doctor's, and I want to go into further detail about what he said, what he agreed to, and what I'm gonna get. So I'm so excited. So he did say I could get another one because I did gain enough weight. I gained 11 pounds after my BBL. So I do have enough weight for him to take, which I'm super excited about. I have some fat up here, and I have some arm fat, and then a little bit of back fat. Yeah, he's gonna put it on my at the upper part and the middle part of my butt, not my lower part, because he doesn't want it to be saggy at all. So he asked if I wanted them in my hip dips, and I said if there was enough. But if there's not enough, obviously I just want it to go into the meat of my booty. Yeah, so I can't believe he said yes. I was super duper nervous that he was gonna say no, because he's very conservative, and it's only 10 pounds, but I guess it was enough to work. So it should be around March, which is almost March now, and my birthday is March 2nd, so I want this to be my birthday gift to myself. So yeah, and then I had a remaining amount of Voluma. I had put it right here because I had a rhinoplasty done, and then I got, how many years ago, when I was 18, and you could see the bones right here, and he filled it in with Voluma, but he only used half a syringe. It was like, I don't know, 6 or so months ago. So I finally used the remaining, and he put it here just to fill in these lines when I smile. So that's why it's red today. But yeah, I'm super excited. I just don't know how much it's gonna cost yet, which I'll find out later. So yeah, I hope it's not expensive, and I hope I can get it done in March. So I'll keep you guys updated. I'm gonna show what my body looks like right before, and then we'll just go through the motions of the second BBL. So yay, today was a happy day. So a few days later, I decided to take this COVID test, and sure enough, it came out positive. 2 lines mean you're positive. So I just found out that I am positive for COVID, and I'm kind of shocked because I do have symptoms, but they're not as bad as I thought that COVID was. So yesterday I had a really sore throat, and I just started gargling with salt water, and then using saline nose rinses, and then taking Zicam, and then during the middle of the night I would rinse with mouthwash, just because I know, like, you want to kill whatever germs are in your throat and in your nose, and the saline solution and then the salt kind of help do that. And then taking Zicam like 3 times a day. And so I did have some body aches and a little bit of a raspy voice, but today my throat is no longer sore, but I just feel a little run down, and last night it was really hard for me to breathe. Well, today's only the 2nd day of my symptoms, so I'm hoping that this is like the worst of it and it doesn't get any worse from here. Yeah, I just thought I'd give that update. I have COVID, and we'll see if it gets better or worse from here. It's only day 2 of my symptoms, so I will keep you updated. Today is the day of the surgery, and I just decided to try on the garments because I hadn't tried them on. to see if they still fit. I mean, this garment, and it does, thankfully. And then this is the piece that I'm adding on the top because it's for my arms. But yeah, there. I'm happy it still fits. I shouldn't have waited till the day of the surgery to try it on. I always get nervous before surgery. Hopefully everything goes okay. This is the outfit I'm gonna be wearing. They said it's gonna be a 6-hour surgery, so I'm not looking forward to that just because it's local, so I'm gonna be awake for part of it. Well, I mean all of it, because I never fall asleep. I just have too much anxiety to fall asleep. I've been thinking about it all morning, trying not to freak out, trying to relax, but it is so hard for me. I always want to think of what ifs, worst case scenarios, a million things running through my head right now. Like, what am I doing? Is this worth it to do this? Just a lot of things. I wish I could shut it off, but my brain is not wired that way, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm gonna show you guys how it looks after, or how I look after. I might be able to film a little bit at the doctor's office. We'll just see. Hopefully everything goes okay. Here we go. Off. Get my surgery. It's 1 o'clock. Running a little bit behind, but I am wearing the beautiful garment, and Valium has been taken, and I'm ready to go. So today is the day after my surgery, and so yeah, I didn't end up having it. Something went wrong, and they had to call it quits while I was on the bed. So like when I got there, let me tell you the story of what happened yesterday. So I get there at 12 to do my BBL, and I'm waiting in the waiting room for a little bit. They give me Valium to take. They don't have a room ready, so I take it in the waiting room, and then they take me back and they do pictures, and they try to start an IV, and they couldn't find like a vein. I've been poked up 4 times on this hand because they said my veins are really small. And then they got me on this wrist area, and that's where they were able to get an IV in. And then they checked my blood pressure. Everything was good. My temperature, they said, was a little bit high, which was 99, I think. So they were kind of concerned about that. And then my heart rate was high. So I normally always have a high heart rate, especially when I'm getting a procedure done or going to the doctor, just because I have anxiety. So it's always like a little bit high, or a little, a little bit over 100 beats per minute. But then they gave me another Valium to take just in case it was my anxiety. And they marked me up, or the doctor marked me up. So as you can see, I'm literally all marked up. Even my booty's marked up. And they get me in the operating room and lay me down and put some goggles over my eyes, and they're just waiting for it to kick in to see if my heart rate goes down more, because what happens is they have to give me Novocaine in to numb these areas, because it's a local anesthetic, not general. So Novocaine ends up, it has epinephrine in it, which ends up making your heartbeat faster. So if you already have a high heart rate or a fast heartbeat, it's gonna make it skyrocket. And if I'm already high, they don't want any complications basically. So it didn't end up going down that much more. I was still over 100, I think it was 120. So he decided after half an hour to call off the surgery and recommended that I go see my doctor and get like an EKG done of my heart, and yeah, and then call back after I get like my blood work done. So he wanted me to check my thyroid, all of that, just to make sure that I'm healthy. And so I was completely out of it, but I nodded my head like I understood, you know, my health and my life is more important than a BBL. I'm wondering like why my heart rate did that, because usually, I mean, the last 2 times I've went there, it went down, so I'm not sure. Someone did mention though that it could be because of COVID, because I did have COVID in February. It could have done something to my heart rate. It did that to one of the nurse's daughters that was there. She I forgot the name she called it, but she ended up getting a faster heart rate because she had COVID. So I don't know if that's the case, or I don't know if it's gonna go away or when it goes away, but I have an appointment in a few days to see my primary care physician just to get my blood work and my heart checked. So I'm gonna have to postpone my surgery just a little, hopefully, or not indefinitely, but we'll see. It might be indefinitely depending on what they say. I did see my primary care physician, and he did a cardiopulmonary exam on my heart and lab work, and he cleared me for surgery. He said he believes it was tachycardia, which is a fast heart rate over 100 beats per minute. My EKG was normal, so he wrote me a letter to give to my doctor who's going to be doing my surgery, and he also gave me a medication to reduce my heart rate on the day of my surgery. He said my heart is healthy and fine, and it's just, that's my body's response to basically anxiety when it comes to doctors or operations or anything like that. On a normal basis, I've been checking my heart rate with one of those little finger things you can buy and monitor your heart rate, and it's been in the 70s and 80s while I'm just at home normally. So, and I've been documenting that as well. My heart rate is normal, my oxygen is normal. Which means that my heart does beat at a normal pace. It's just that when I get into certain circumstances that are uncomfortable for me or that trigger my anxiety, my heart rate does increase. So I did give the letter to my doctor who's doing the surgery, and I got the clear from both, and they booked me for a new date. It's gonna be in a few weeks, so I have to be patient because he did have other surgeries scheduled, so I couldn't just get right back in. So I kind of went back to the end of the line. So it's all right. I will be patient, and it's not too far away, just like 5 weeks or so. So yay, I'm excited. I will update you guys later, and yeah, talk to you soon.